Good evening. We begin with major developments across the political and technological landscape in the United States and abroad. Concerns are escalating within the United States Department of the Treasury regarding the potential risks posed by advanced artificial intelligence models, while a high-profile attack targets the home of a leading AI pioneer. Today, Saturday, April 11th, reports indicate the United Kingdom has paused its planned return of the Chagos Islands to Mauritius. This decision comes due to a lack of support from the United States. President Trump had consistently criticized the agreement, particularly highlighting the strategically vital island of Diego Garcia, which hosts a military base utilized by both the British and the United States. In a disturbing turn of events for the artificial intelligence community, the home of Sam Altman, the chief executive officer of AI pioneer and ChatGPT developer OpenAI, was attacked with a Molotov cocktail. A spokesperson for the AI company stated today that a Molotov cocktail was thrown at Mr. Altman's house early this morning, with threats also made at their headquarters in San Francisco. Fortunately, no one was injured and the suspect has been apprehended. The broader implications of artificial intelligence are also sparking alarm at the highest levels of government. Finance Secretary Scott Bessent and Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell convened an emergency meeting with Wall Street executives earlier this week, driven by concerns that Anthropic PBC's newest AI model, named Mythos, could usher in an era of heightened cyber risks. Bessent and Powell gathered the group on Tuesday at the Treasury Department's headquarters in Washington to ensure banks are fully informed about potential future risks from Anthropic's Mythos and similar models, and that they are implementing safeguards to protect their systems. These details come from individuals familiar with the proceedings who wish to remain anonymous due to the internal nature of the discussions. Moving to the political sphere, yesterday, Friday, April 10th, former Vice President Kamala Harris suggested she might consider a presidential bid in 2028. Speaking in New York City at a civil rights organization event, she remarked, maybe, I am thinking about it. Harris added, I was 4 years only a heartbeat away from the presidency of the United States. I know what the job entails, and I know what it requires. She noted her extensive travels across the country last year, during which she observed that the current situation cannot continue. President Trump also made headlines with several announcements. He intends to construct a gigantic triumphal arch in Washington, with plans now emerging detailing the structure's appearance. The president also criticized well-known conservatives, labeling them as cranks and troublemakers. This ongoing dispute over the Iran war is reportedly dividing the right wing and could jeopardize Republicans in the upcoming midterm elections. Furthermore, President Trump once again intervened in the Hungarian election campaign, publicly endorsing Prime Minister Viktor Orban. On the Truth Social platform, President Trump wrote, "Go out and vote Viktor Orban," describing Orban as a true friend, fighter, and winner. He emphasized his full support for Orban, stating, "I stand foursquare behind him." Earlier in the week, United States Vice President J.D. Vance had also traveled to Hungary to support Orban's campaign. In other news concerning the first family, Melania Trump made a rare public statement yesterday, a move that is said to have displeased her husband. In judicial news, a United States judge has ordered the Pentagon to reinstate unrestricted press access. Judge Paul Friedman declared on Thursday, April 9th, that the department was obstructing the work of the press, thereby defying a previous court order. Judge Friedman wrote in his decision, "The department cannot simply reinstate an unlawful policy under the guise of a new measure and expect the court to look away." He characterized this as an egregious attempt to circumvent a lawful court order. The New York Times, the United States Department of Justice, and the United States Presidential Office had no immediate comments on the ruling. The Pentagon, as a matter of policy, does not comment on ongoing legal proceedings. Finally, the United States has refuted allegations of interference in Hungary's parliamentary election, which is scheduled for this Sunday. This denial came 2 days after Vice President J.D. Vance's visit to Budapest. The United States ambassador to the European Union, Andrew Puzder, informed the AFP news agency on Thursday in Brussels that while Vice President Vance, along with President Trump, had clearly expressed support for the incumbent Prime Minister Viktor Orban, this should not be interpreted as election interference. Meanwhile, Hungary announced its intention to purchase $500 million worth of United States crude oil. These very developments underscore a dynamic period in global politics and technological innovation. What's your take on AI fears, election buzz, and presidential moves rock Washington? Share your view in the comments. Do you think this will matter in the next news cycle? This video was generated using artificial intelligence.